0 plus sin inverse of 1 minus fractional part of x into cos inverse of 1 minus fractional part of x divided by square root of 2 fractional part of x into 1 minus fractional part of x. This is what we need to solve. So how to solve this? To solve this, initially you just look here as x is tending to 0 plus. Okay, in last class also we did few problems related to the fractional part. As x is tending to 0 plus, fractional part of x is tending to 0. Not only at 0, as x is tending to any integer plus, fractional part value is tending to 0. And as x is tending to any integer minus, fractional part of x is tending to 1. Okay, I think this is clear for you. If x is tending to an integer n plus, in this situation fractional part of x value is 0. As x is tending to any integer minus, then in this situation fractional part of x is tending to 1, or you may say this is equals to 1. This is something about the fractional part, and here for this problem we need to solve as x is tending to 0 plus. As x is tending to 0 plus, fractional part of x is tending to 0, so you just take this fractional part of x as h for our convenience. So now when you try to convert the complete problem in terms of h, this is limit h tending to 0 sin inverse of 1 minus h into cos inverse of 1 minus h divided by square root of 2h into this 1 minus fractional part of x is nothing but 1 minus h. Just by replacing fractional part of x with h, and that h is tending to 0. Okay. So after this step, how to answer? See, after this step, the way to answer is just you collect this sin inverse of, see, just look here, limit h is tending to 0, sin inverse of 1 minus h divided by 1 minus h into cos inverse of 1 minus h divided by root of 2h. Okay. Then what you say about this value? See, you people may think that this value is 1. Limit h tending to 0, this value is not 1. Okay. As h is tending to 0, see, just replace h with 0 here. This is sin inverse 1. And when you replace 0 here, this is just 1. But whereas if you replace h as 0 here, what will happen? See, this is cos inverse of 1 by 0, this is 0 by 0 format. Direct substitution is generating this particular value as a determinate form, and this value as indeterminate form. So collect determinate value from this first term and just do certain type of simplification here for the second term to avoid indeterminate form. So for that, I am just substituting directly in the first term of the product, and I will do some more manipulation at this second term to avoid indeterminate form. And now this is equals to, when you replace h tending to 0 in the first term, sin inverse of 1, because 1 minus 0 is 1, divided by 1, limit h is tending to 0, cos inverse of 1 minus h divided by root 2h. Now, how to simplify this? See, now just have a look. Sin inverse of 1 is what? Pi by 2. Sin 90 is 1. So this value is pi by 2 and this is 1. So now this is equals to, see, the first term is pi by 2, okay. But how to solve the second part? To solve this second part, you just take, see, this is root 2h. You just take this 1 minus h as some cos theta. Here we need to take another substitution, okay. And thus substitution is nothing but take 1 minus h as cos theta. Or you may take cos 2 theta, no problem. Okay. If 1 minus h is cos 2 theta, then what you say about h? H is equals to 1 minus cos 2 theta. And that h is equals to, see, 1 minus cos 2 theta, by the trigonometry formula, 1 minus cos 2 theta is simply nothing but 2 sin square theta. Okay. Now we need to replace this h with what? 2 sin square theta. This 1 minus h with cos 2 theta, whereas this first term will become pi by 2. So at the end, this is equals to pi by 2 into limit h is tending to 0, cos inverse of cos 2 theta is simply 2 theta. I am just directly writing cos inverse of 1 minus h, cos inverse of cos 2 theta is 2 theta. Whereas in the denominator we have root 2h. So h is this 2 sine square theta. Under the root 2 into that 2 sine square theta. So we have two 2's as well, sine square theta in the square root. So to remove that square root, you will get it as 2 sine theta. And when you cancel out this 2 and this 2, theta by sine theta, as theta tending to 0 here, because as h is tending to 0, cos 2 theta is 1 and so theta tending to 0. So limit theta tending to 0, this sine theta by sine theta value is 1. So pi by 2 into 1 is equals to pi by 2. So at the end, see, the solution for this particular problem is pi by 2. To solve this problem we need, see, a bit knowledge related to the fractional part, as well trigonometric values, along with some simple substitution of trigonometry and trigonometry formula. Okay, have a look. That's yesterday's challenging problem.